Greetings YouTube, this is Toy Customizer Wake Angel 2001, bringing you a project that I've been working in between other projects since before I started Knack the Weasel. It's Breezy the Hedgehog from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Unlike most Sonic figures, this one started out as a Star Wars Ayla Secura figure from the Clone Wars line. I figured that if I was going to use any human type characters to make other Sonic characters, the Star Wars line is a good place to look because of similar plastic tolerances and articulation that's also comparable. So I figured if I made Breezy out of this figure, she would pretty much match. Breezy's head is pretty much a scratch build, although Ayla's head is under there for no other reason than to use the neck peg. She has earrings, which are just kind of stuck to the sides of her head. Because, Breezy's a hedgehog, so you imagine her ears would be like Sonic's ears, stuck up on top of her head where they'd be hidden by her hair. Yet she has earrings on the side of her head where a human would wear them. I don't think the designers from the cartoon realized that. Breezy's hair is sculpted on after I made the rest of her head. That way I didn't have to worry about accidentally squishing her eyes while I was making that big coif that she has. And it stuck onto her body so I could make sure that there was enough clearance for her shoulders. All painted up. You see her big pouty lips, and Breezy has brown eyes. Kind of a rare color, all things considered, at least on Sonic characters. Seriously, think of any characters from the video games that have brown eyes. I really don't think there are any. So let's move on to the body. In terms of sculpt, there's really not much to do with the body. I just used a little bit of clay to hide Ayla's boots down there so that Breezy would just have smooth calves. And there's a little bit up on her chest where, you make the shape of her little Jessica Rabbit style dress. And these Star Wars figures can be dismantled, but it's really quite difficult because the mushroom pegs on their arms and legs are much, much bigger than the mushroom pegs that are on your typical Jazzwares Sonic figure. Really, it's actually quite a pain, and I don't think I'll be doing it very often. So yeah, the difficult part for this was I had to sand away some fabric texture from Ayla's arm and a little bit from her body as well. As you can see, her back still pretty clearly has her shirt details there, but I figured that's going to be covered up by her hair, so I would spare myself the headache. Besides sanding away the fabric texture from the left arm, it's pretty much just a repaint job. You do her bicep length red gloves and repaint the leg to have her little red high-heeled shoes, and that's all that required. So a quick reassembly job, and one of those, I don't know what you would call this style of dress, but I made the skirt part out of artist duct tape, because it's thin, it's flexible, and it accepts paint, although it doesn't really contour very well. I need to find a better way to do this. So that's Breezy the Hedgehog, a classic character from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog continuity. Something that, people don't talk about very often. I thought I'd make a figure of her. I hope you enjoyed this. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing out.